Note to self and anybody else who needs it. 3 things. Number 1, you ain't nobody's charity case. Number 2, sometimes romanticizing people, places, and things, even situations, can get and keep you caught all the way up. And lastly, every once in a while, and every now and again, you just got to stop being available to some people. Let's talk about it. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite goddess king. It's your favorite pirate captain. It's your favorite auntie uncle. It's your favorite hood healer, high priestess, spiritual dominatrix, LadySpeech, and the place to be. And I want to welcome you back to my channel. You, my dear, could be anywhere in the world. As a matter of fact, you are somewhere in the world. And you're choosing to share just a little bit of time and just a little bit of space with me, baby. So thank you for that. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, if you're feeling any of this, if you're feeling any of me, hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button, baby. That subscribe button, darling. And hit that notifications bell so you can keep up with everything I'm putting down over here, okay? All right. Okay. Now, let's dive into today's lessons from our friend Venus. Shall we? Lessons from Venus in retrograde. Baby, let me tell you something. August of 2023. Let's just say it's been a doozy. From 2 super full moons, a magnificent Leo new moon, Chiron, Neptune, Venus, and at least 3 or 4. And maybe even 5 other planets in retrograde. On top of that, we end Leo season and enter Virgo season on a Mercury retrograde. It's a lot. But today, today I want to focus on, in the middle of all these retrogrades, all of them significant, important, and come bearing gifts and lessons. Today I want to focus on the lessons that Venus and retrograde gave to me. Venus in retrograde did not come to play. From the shadow aspect to the very first day of Venus in retrograde, so much came up. And the fact that it intersected with Chiron in retrograde, baby, I'm going to just say this. A healing has taken place. A transformation has taken place. I am a new being of light, baby. And these three lessons are a huge part of this new foundation. So let me go ahead and share it with you. Let me know in the comments if you resonate with any of this, baby. But these lessons right here, these soul reminders right here are things that I'm stepping into my future, holding on very tightly to. Let's talk about it. Now, what I'm not going to do is spend a whole bunch of time talking to you about what each and every one of these retrogrades was here to do and how the lessons it was trying to give you. I'm just going to share with you the lessons I learned, okay? Because you can look all that other information up, okay? Let me tell you something. Point number 1, I am not a charity case, okay? I am nobody's charity case. I don't know about you, but due to the abusive background that I have, I used to enter my relationships like, oh my God, thank you so much for being my friend, for being my lover, for being my business partner, for choosing me. I'm so very broken and damaged goods. Why would anybody choose me? So many of my relationships in the past I entered into like that. Now, let me say this. That attitude came from the fact of I understood that coming from the level of abuse that I had survived growing up. Because I left my family, I left everything at 18 years old. And I didn't look back. I entered into a homeless shelter and did not talk to my family for years. My father basically kicked me out of my family. And from there, I just hit the ground running, okay? I was very clear, though. When I showed up at that homeless shelter, I was honest about what I had gone through and the damage that it had caused to me. And I knew that I wasn't good at relationships. I knew and I recognized that because I had not been properly loved and cared for on a consistent and regular basis, that I was not going to be good at loving and caring for other people. Because I had to be so self-focused for so long, I understood that there was a level of selfishness to me because I had no one but myself. And from that moment, I decided to embark on healing. In that moment, I understood that I would have to be dedicated to my healing journey the rest of my life. I remember taking this to my therapist. The first thing my therapist wanted to throw at me was a bunch of medication. And I was like, can we do counseling first? You have to understand that I'm clear that there are life skills that I have gaps in. There are things that other people who were loved or just had more of a stable life. There's skill sets that they have, ways that they can show up in their community that I don't. Instead of being drugged, can we start there? I showed up to the therapist telling the therapist this, okay? So I had a very good grasp on the trauma that I was coming in with. But because I also that was married with low self-esteem, I ended up entering into relationships from this perspective that they were picking me and they were doing me some charity. Because how could you choose someone who was so damaged? Not understanding how incredibly valuable it is to be someone who is self-aware and who is not only self-aware but doing something about the broken, damaged, not so great parts, recognizing where my problematic was. I was willing to see where I was problematic. I was willing to call myself out. I was willing to be called out because I knew that it was absolutely necessary and integral to my healing. But I didn't see how valuable that was at the time. I couldn't see it. I couldn't name it as valuable. And because I couldn't see that level of my value, that married with my low self-esteem, I entered into so many relationships like I was a charity case. Baby, I'm nobody's charity case. Even back then, with all the trauma and everything I was coming with, the purity of my heart and the willingness that I had to work on being a better person, a better friend, a better lover, that right there is gold. I didn't recognize that back then, but I recognize it now. This Venus in retrograde brought that up to me. And it was a reminder to never ever enter a relationship like that again. Even though these days I don't suffer from low self-esteem like that. Even though these days I understand that I am valuable, there was still a part of me that was dealing with some people like from that old perspective. And I needed to challenge that in me. Because I'm nobody's charity case, baby. Though I'm not perfect and I am problematic just like everybody, I am a good friend. And yes, there are things that I need to work on and improve. But one thing about me, two things for sure. What my people and my friends can attest to about me is that when you bring me somewhere where I am when you show me how I've hurt you, I'm going to apologize. I'm going to move hell and high water to make amends. I'm going to correct my behavior. That is something across the board all my people have always echoed. I'm a good friend. I'm a good lover. I'm a good community member and a good village member. I'm a damn good leader. And yet, I got things to work on. But none of that cancels out my excellence. I'm nobody's charity case. It's an honor to love me. It's an honor to be loved by me. It always has been and it always will. I'm not a charity case. And neither are you. I'm not a burden. And neither are you. One of the strongest tethers that has kept me bound to people, places, and situations that no longer served me, toxic situations that were hurting me, was the way that I romanticized people, places, things, and situations. When I say romanticizing things can get you and keep you caught up, romanticizing things can and will get you and keep you caught up. Romanticizing people in my life because they did one or two good acts, or because they weren't utterly, completely, and totally abusive to me. There are relationships I kept that necessarily weren't working in my favor, that necessarily weren't filling me up, but I kept them around because I had romanticized these people. I stayed in certain job situations back in the day because I had romanticized that job. I wasn't looking at these people for exactly what they were and what they were giving me. I wasn't assessing what my needs are. I wasn't assessing what my requirements were. My litmus test for treatment was so low because I came from such extreme abuse. Now, let me make it clear that I don't judge myself for my process. I don't. I worked with what I was working with, and that's what I was working with. So I can't judge myself for it, but this is called growth, baby, and I'm naming it. And I'm moving forward and onward from it. Baby, romanticizing people kept me in relationships that weren't filling me up. I've let go of more than a few people. And I've done this because I needed to, because it's better for my mental health. And in doing this, it made me realize that the people that I am letting go of had no interest in really filling up my cup, in really being there for me in the ways that I needed. It had made me look at past situations, from jobs to projects that I've been a part of, that used me, sucked the life out of me, and I allowed it because I romanticized that entire thing. This epiphany right here, it came after I did a ritual and ceremony around releasing everybody in my life. Actually, I released everyone. I did a ritual where it wasn't the people I love, the people that I plan on continuing relationships with, the people that I loved that I didn't plan on continuing relationships. I released everyone. And in this ritual, I released everyone to the hands of love. I said goodbye, and I opened up my arms at the end of this ritual, and I received those who are supposed to stay. And anyone who was supposed to stay were those who really care about me and those who I see. And it's not about only seeing the good. It's about us seeing each other at our highest, at our lowest, at our shadow self, at our sun self, and accepting all of us and being able to hold space for the entirety of each other's humanity and to pour into each other's journey and healing and to support each other. It was such a freeing thing to do. And it makes me so excited for the relationships where we are looking at each other for real and seeing each other's truth, acknowledging each other's full humanity, and walking this path together with that. Romanticizing relationships kept me caught up in relationships that weren't good for me. It kept me caught up in situations that weren't good to me. And now that I know that most powerful tether can be cut and managed within me so that I am now and in the future free. Romanticizing that can get and keep you all the way caught the fuck up. Now for this last part, I really can't say it better than the way I said it the other day. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it to you, what I wrote the other day. Too many took my love, my support, my magic, my talents, my gifts, and my teaching for granted. I am no longer available to these people. When asked what I bring to the table, my answer is fuck a table when I am the holiest of temples. I am available to those who value me. I am available to those who offer reciprocity. I am available for those who match my energy. I'm available to those who are available to me. I'm available to those who are in community and in village with me. I'm available to people who support me, who believe in me as I support and believe in them. Let me make it clear that I do not regret. I do not regret any of the love, the time, teachings, the magic, or my talents, or my gifts that I gave to any of those people, baby. I don't regret that. I don't regret giving any of that to any of them. What I offered, see, this is why. What I offered, I gave from a pure heart. And from the fact that I want everyone around me to win. And you know what? I'm not going to stop giving from a pure heart. I'm not going to stop wanting everybody around me to win. I'm better for what I gave. This is why I don't regret none of it, baby. I'm better for what I gave, honey. I'm better for what I gave. Besides, they are the ones who will suffer when my presence is gone. I will not suffer because they did not add to my world. They will suffer because I gave nothing but goodness to theirs. I will not spend anything else of value on folks who don't deserve it. I attract the most amazing clients, followers, friends, and family, village and community partners and cohorts, and anyone else I need to meet. New people are showing up in my world, ready to love me in the way I need and desire to be loved. Old community members are resurfacing, ready to build and rebuild relationships based off reciprocity and community care. So I'm gonna go ahead and let the trash take itself out. I'm not here for the bullshit. Too many took my love, my support, my magic, my talents, my gifts, my teaching for granted. When asked what I bring to the table, my answer is fuck a table. I am the holiest of temples. I am no longer available to these people. I release all these people to the hands of love with all the love in my heart. And may they all find everything that they are looking for far away from me. And that's that on the fact that you and I, we ain't nobody's charity case. And that's that on the fact that sometimes you got to stop being available for people. And that's that on the fact that romanticizing things can get you and keep you all the way messed the hell up. If you made it to the end of this video, gold star for you. Thank you for your time, your space, and your attention, darling. I didn't want to take up all of your time. I wanted to take up a little bit. Let's not lie. Not all of it, but I did want to occupy some space in your brain. I've done that, so I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for watching to the end. No matter, for the people who ain't even gonna see this end of this video, you cut it off within the first 3 minutes, I see you. Thank you, because that helps me. I hope you stay longer, but thank you for them little 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes you gave me, baby. Just in case somebody has told you today, thank you for unlearning toxic lessons you've learned in the past and for relearning new lessons to help you make a better future. Thank you. Now, you know the drill. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, if you are feeling any of this, if you're feeling any of me, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can continue to be a part of these shenanigans, okay? I love you. I live you. Thank you. God, Goddess, Orisha, Loa, ancestors, spirit animal allies, willing, my entire spiritual team and the universe willing. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.